Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your gameplay for the Challenger 2E. This is a currently ranked 7 battle rating 11.3 main battle tank for the British Ground Forces tech tree. This is the new top dog in British Ground Forces tech tree and is currently #1 tank basically that they have. The best tank they have, at least in theory. It is the same BR as a Black Knight, but it is now the farthest from the bottom, so to speak, the farthest from the reserve in order to research. So in theory, this is their best tank. Now this vehicle does have a bit of an advantage over the Black Knight, at least in terms of mobility. It's got around, I believe, about 150 more horsepower than the Black Knight, fully spaded, which is very nice. Will help out tremendously with mobility, but ultimately it gets at 2700 RPM, whereas the Black Knight gets its max horsepower at 2300 RPM. So it's not as big of a difference as you might think, but it does still matter. Otherwise, this has pretty much everything the same as the Black Knight. It's got the same exact ammunition at best, got the same armor pen. This does have Gen 2 thermals. Not sure if the Black Knight only has Gen 1, but this at least has Gen 2. And also, one key thing that this does not have is a laser warning system. The Black Knight does have a laser warning system. This unfortunately lacks it. So that could actually mean for some people that the Black Knight is a better vehicle, despite being technically earlier in the tech tree. By the way, that said, let's get into a few matches, see what we can do with this, but I am stoked to use it because at least, if nothing else, this extra horsepower should make a bit of a difference in what is considered to be an otherwise, not that mobile tank. That said, let's get into it. Oh, that's not good. Oh, got an enemy right there. Made a nice kill. So if you guys didn't know those enemy kill assists, those were not from direct action for me. Rather, those were from some really well-placed artillery strikes, which definitely benefited me quite a bit. So we got some enemies over here. Just took out that, I believe, what was that, T-80? I think I didn't really check it too much. Got a kill. Man, that sounds so nice. I love that gun sound, man. Woo! Okay, let's move up. It sounds especially nice when you get the kill. Was an enemy right there. We got someone coming up. Now, one of the great things about this vehicle is, in my opinion, it's really nice reload rate, but not too bad. First match, 3 kills, 2 assists. Really quick. That said, let's get into another match, see what we could do, but not too bad for being pretty much by myself in that side of the map. Oh, nice. Got an M1128, wasn't even a wolf pack. At least I don't believe it was. Man, this thing is just so satisfying. So it has a slightly different gunner's optic over the Black Knight. Not much different, but just enough, I would say. So it goes 2 to 10 times, whereas the Black Knight is about. Wait, where? Whereas the Black Knight is about 4 to 10, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I'm coming. Is that him? Got the hit. Very nice. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to top tier tanks especially, but one could also make an argument for planes, or at least getting to this point, is that there's so much classified information with these tanks, right? Like a Challenger 2 or a Leopard 2, like an A6 especially, or an M1 Abrams of some kind, whatever it is, right? There's so much classified information out there that we can't access, that Gaijin can't access, where it's like they have to make guesses, and their guesses at this point are kind of turning these vehicles into like a generic slurry. Right, like they're kind of almost stereotype vehicles, right? Like the British get this, the Americans get this, the the Russians get this and whatever, right? Like, the Americans have better composites. The Germans have the best shell types. You know, it's just really strange at this point. Let's see if I can hit him. Got the kill. Like, you know, British get tea. It's just a really strange system that Gaijin has worked out because, like, and I get it, you know, they can't use classified documentation, you know, when it comes to, can I get them? They can't use classified I'm not even gonna try. Documentation, in getting these stats together. So it is kind of a guess, and it allows them to make these things more or less balanced, you know, to whatever specifications they want, which is nice. But at the same token, again, it kind of makes these vehicles a bit generic. Got an enemy. Hit his cannon barrel. Very nice. I hate taking out cannon barrels, though, at least if it's a tank that I cannot immediately kill. The reason being is because they're going to restore that. If I kill a crew member and they're not near a base cap, it's like, that's the ideal situation, you know, at least in my opinion. Very nice. Was able to somehow do that. Okay, enemy tank. Was an enemy tank. Very nice. Got the kill. But it is a bit disturbing that they are here in our base. Or at least in our base zone. Never a good sign. Nice, got a kill, T-80U. He's giving off a lot of fire. That's not a good thing. Okay, he just got killed. That auto magic right behind me. I don't even think he was trying to hit me. So, in general, I mean, I could say this. I like the Challenger 2E. I feel like its upgrades do make it, like, primarily its engine upgrade, it does make it much more competitive. This is actually a pretty competitive vehicle. It's not got the best armor pen, but if you know the weaknesses of enemy vehicles, typically that should be sufficient. Now, of course, that won't be sufficient in all cases, but more often than not, having, like, what, 564 millimeters armor pen max is very good. Plus the fact that this has a really, really nice reload rate, rather. Sorry, got shot by that guy, and you know, I have to repair, but you know, it's just a very impressive vehicle. It's pretty well balanced, might be a good way to put it, because it's not as heavy as the Challenger 2 TES, but it has more horsepower, and thus it actually has a pretty decent powered weight ratio. But with all that said, I mean, do I like this vehicle? Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think I just said that I do. It's a good vehicle, you know. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't really do anything so incredibly well. It doesn't really do anything poorly. I mean, some of its armor and weak spots up at the front are a bit funky. But, you know, if you can kind of, you know, whatchamacallit, angle, or if you can kind of rather decrease those weak spots to a manageable size, it's not all too bad, you know. This is actually a pretty reasonable vehicle. Nice, 2S38, that's always a nice kill. That guy looks dead, I think. Okay, time to crest this hill. And there he is. There he was. I think there's another enemy over here. But, I mean, just the reload on this is just really fantastic. Oh. It's just very, very nice. Is there another guy over here? It's always nice to flank, but yeah, I mean, I like it. It provides enough mobility where you can get into position pretty damn well. Ooh, really? It provides enough armor pen where, you know, you can kind of take out weak spots on enemy tanks. It provides enough pretty much of everything where I don't think that this vehicle is going to be impeded by all too much all too often. It's just very good. Now, again, it does have a pretty middling turret traverse. It's not good, but it's also not the absolute worst I've ever seen. You know, so, again, it's just good. And these guys are just letting me kill them for whatever reason. Got a multi-strike ×4. I'm about to die, though. I've got no doubt in my mind. Ooh, that was a bad shot. But you do know I saw this guy here. There we go. I got killed. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Of course, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Either way, thanks again, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.